me immense pleasure to welcome you all for this informative and exciting webinar on IIT JAM and CUET PG. I am Kulsum Fatima. I am Kulsum Fatima, a third year economics student at Aligarh Muslim University. Postgraduate entrance exams like IIT JAM and CUET PG open doors to some of the most prestigious institutions and opportunities in India. To guide us through this journey, we have an incredible individual with us today, Sajjad Khan Bhai. He is currently pursuing MSc in Economics from IIT Kanpur, one of the most prestigious institutions in the country. With his first experience of acing IIT JAM and his depth knowledge of CUET PG, Sajjad Bhai brings a wealth of knowledge and practical advice for all aspirants. We have our moderator Syed Faizan will ensure that today's discussion remain focused, engaged and beneficial for all participants. Throughout the session, we will explore essential topics like exam patterns, preparation strategies, tips to manage time, and much more. Towards the end, we will also have a dedicated Q&A session, so feel free to put down your questions as we proceed. At last, I would extend my heartfelt thanks to Sajjad Bhai for accepting our invitation. Without further ado, I would like to invite Sajjad Bhai to begin the discussion. Bhai, now you can proceed. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you so much, Gulsum, for inviting me and secretary and coordinator of Economic Club. So it is really my honor to guiding my brother and sister regarding this master's in trends. So I think we should proceed with the IIT-JAM first. After that, we will discuss about the CVT. So we should start from the syllabus. Uh, what is the syllabus? Where should we have to focus? Because we have only 20 days left for IIT JAM exam. Okay, now I'm going to share the syllabus of IIT JAM exam. Yeah, am I able to share?
Yes,
जी
Sajjad.
भाई.
Okay, okay. In IIT JAM exam, they ask microeconomics, macroeconomics, mathematics, statistics, and Indian economics. Okay. Now, what they ask in microeconomics, they ask about the consumer theory. Now, in consumer theory, to maximize our score and optimize our time, where we should focus, like in preference, utility, and representation theory. It is in general, if I am say what should we have to focus in 20 days. Yeah, we have to get knowledge about all type of the what type of the goods, what is the indifference curve for these goods, like if you talk about the substitution goods and like complementary good, what is the characteristics of their IC curve. If we will discuss about the Leontief function, which is for complementary goods. So in general, if from consumer theory, they ask some like one numerical question in uh, I think for in NAT. So one theoretical question, I think, in for MCQ, and there are one question from the budget constraint, like the question will be based on the MRS, and in another choice theory, they ask about you know uh, warp and sharp, which is very general questions from this topic in every competitive exam for masters entrance. If you ask about ISI also, they ask only warp and sharp, and then you should have knowledge about the warp and sharp. Only basic knowledge are required uh, in choice theory. But most important topic in consumer theory is the Selesky equations. They ask about the uh, you know price effect, income effect, and substitution effect. Apart from that, they ask temporal choice questions. uh, uh, in reveal preference theory, they ask about only from this warp and sub. It is not much that important. If we analyze the trend of the jam exam, only most are the questions from the Slesky equations and budget constraint. But in budget constraint, some mostly in from Leonti paradox, some constraint will be income constraint will be given to you. On the basis of this, we have to get some answer. We have to optimize this function. In production theory, second theory of production and cost, uh, MRTS, uh, only general question will be asked. Based on most of the questions are based on the MRTS. On the basis of this, you have to get the wage and the rate of return of the capital. And most important of this is return to scale, like on a homogeneous function, increasing to scale, decreasing to scale. Uh, Apart in reproduction function, the Cobb-Douglas production function is the most important function. uh, CES production function is the means how Cobb-Douglas function is a part of the CS production function. If you extend and derive it, uh, then we have to focus about the cost curve. What is the characteristic of the long curve, and what is the characteristic of long run curve? Like short run curve are the even lower even of the long run curve. Some basic questions and some numerical type questions will be asked from these topics. Uh, in production theory, they ask one question which is very repetitively asked about the supply function. Some what will the supply curve? If there are some firm in the industry, there are individual supply will be given. They will ask about what will be the overall the industry production cost curve. In if you go for general equilibrium and welfare, mostly questions are based on the you know Walras theorem and then the welfare theorem. First law, why the competitive market are efficient, why the all competitive market are Pareto efficient. Apart from that, they will ask you know some questions which are based on the Leontief paradox function and uh, mm, questions based on the Leontief paradox function. And they will where you have to find an efficient price for these goods. If we will take the example in the PYQ questions later. In market structure, if we mm, talk about the perfect competition market, directly question will not be asked, but some concept will be used from this from the perfect competitive markets. So it is very important to know the all the properties of the perfect competitive market. Like some like in PYQ, one question was asked from the monopoly, what will the elasticity of the demand curve? It was not direct question, actually it was a very in-depth question. Other concept will be used with this, but some question will be directly asked from the discrimination: first price discrimination, second price discrimination, third price discrimination. Among from them, third price discrimination is the most important. uh, and they may ask about the second price discrimination, where we provide the discounting. It is the actually bundling type question will be asked from this. And monopoly and oligopoly, so it is now very important to know what is the difference the monopolistic and then oligopoly. In oligopoly, if we divide, they ask one question generally asked from the core node. They ask what is the general demand curve for, sorry, what will be the general production cost for production function for each and every firm. And Bertrand and Stackelberg also important. And in Bertrand and Stackelberg is I think more important than Bertrand. because if we analyze the previous trend of the CUET and IIT-JAM, then Stackelberg's question will has been asked uh, uh, more than the rubber trend. In game theory, in the game theory, so most important is know the Nasikali bearing in the matrix. It can be from the iterated elimination method to know the dominant strategy, and in every 4 year, if you analyze 4 year PYQ of IIT-JAM, every year one question, one in I think 2 marks for NAT has been asked from this game theory for Nash equilibrium. And in general for Cournot and then Bertrand, not specifically asked in game theory, but in market structure they ask about Stackelberg and somehow for Cournot also. Or prisoner dilemma is very well known in game theory for Nash equilibrium. After that, only if you talk about public good and market failure, generally adverse selection and moral hazard question has been asked for IIT-JAM, but you have to focus on other things also because it is given in a syllabus. So most important is the know what is the basic properties of the adverse selection moral hazard, and what is the signaling effect in this externalities, all type of the good, what is the positive externality, what is the negative externality, what kind of market failure take place due to these externalities. In microeconomics, where specifically where should we have to focus? Yeah, here in consumer theory, I will say uh, Saleski equation and intertemporal choice function for IIT-JAM is most important. And in theory of production and cost, no the basic is the also is the most important, but apart from that, CES production function and calculus production function is the most important, or to know the characteristic of the short run and long run cost curve. In this, now general equilibrium and welfare, you have to know about the every products, every type of demand, demand curve, like some question may be asked for the substitution good and the complement good. They will ask about the price of the goods. They in general equilibrium directly question will not be asked. They will compare the it with the competitive market. You know, and it is a it if in pure exchange market, Waller's theorem is the most important in this, because ultimately in Waller's theorem we get that a market is always in a equilibrium and there will be no surplus in the market. In market structure, third specifically in monopoly, third price discretionary monopoly is the most important, and staggerable uh, in the oligopoly is the important. And in game theory, basic things is knowing the Nash equilibrium by the iterative elimination method, and mixed strategy Nash equilibrium. Now we have to jump on microeconomics. In macroeconomics, they ask about or how to get they will give some basic data. On the basis of this, they will enumerate one component, and you have to calculate this component. Now they will get all the data for the for each and everything, and the total value of NNP will be given. In between, they will ask about what was the depreciation. So it is very important to know all the methods to getting the GDP and national income, like input output method, expenditure method. uh, yeah, in B, in national income accounting, they ask only this type of question. Some it is 2 marks question. Some data will be given to you. On the basis of this data, you have to calculate the variable which was asked in the exam. Behavioral and technological function, uh, it is sometimes they ask with numerical type questions, sometimes with a theoretical question in 1 marks, in the objective type question. So it is very important to know absolute income hypothesis, life cycle hypothesis, random walk function. I think random walk model is not in our books, which we generally prefer. So we should Google it and know the basic properties of this random walk model. But uh, among them, the key investment function for the keenest to get the multiplier and accelerator effect. Uh, some questions, some theoretical question, and there is some NET type question will be asked from these. And some, if you about compare the classical and the Keynesian, they will ask one question was asked in 2021, means all the properties was from the Keynesian side, one property was the classical side. So they asked which property is not from Keynesian side. So we have to uh, get knowledge about the fundamentals about the classical and Keynesian. What was the difference in the long run supply curve and demand supply curve, and what was the fundamental difference between classical and Keynesian. So different type of view. I think Achalo who is put a beautiful view, a beautiful view for this comparison between Keynesian and classical. So I think fourth and fifth chapter are in HL Ahuja are good to know the Keynesian function, Keynesian demand and supply function, and classical function. So most important in macroeconomics is business cycle and economic model. You know, the ISLM model is the most important model in business cycle in this business cycle and economic model. Every year two marks question, and one objective question has been asked from this chapter. So where in this type question they may ask about the what will be the total supply of the money. They may ask rate of the return, and some basic properties under ISLM model will be asked. And you can analyze the PYQ of the IIT-JAM every year. Every year, one question has been asked from the ISLM model. Or yeah, Kinesium. Now, as I said earlier, to know the basic properties of the classical and classical business model, Keynesian model, business cycle model, it is very important. They ask a very theoretical question from this, not based on the numerical type question. So it is important here also to know the basic properties, the basic fundamental difference between the classical and the Keynesian model. It is here in the regular in the continuity of the ISLM model. They ask from the monetary policy and fiscal policy effect. Like fiscal policy, what will the effect if the government increase the tax? In the monetary policy, what will be the effect on the supply curve? LM curve, if government RBI increase the money supply in the economy. The or in this they ask about the Philip curve, or yeah, a Philip curve, long run, and long run Philip curve and short run Philip curve. What is the difference due and this difference is due to what factor? And in continuity, the like new classical economics are also asked, like Lucas critics is the most important in this like business cycle and economic model. In this, they ask about the Munda Fleming model, uh, and then Keynesian flexible price model. Like in Munda Fleming model, they compare with the fiscal policy and the monetary policy. And in the open economy, they also include the export and import in the Munda Fleming model. And it is, I think, a question not directly asked from the model planning model, but from CUT perspective it is a very important topic. Because if you special weightage has been given to model planning model, and Keynesian flexible price model, the use of the monetary policy and fiscal policy, because if you talk about the classical, they're not one, less is fair economy was there, no government intervention was there. So in Keynesian case, monetary policy and fiscal policy were included. So what was the effect on the economy if these type of policies were interfere? So direct to question, I think in from business cycle and economic model, direct question will not be asked from Keynesian flexible model, but it is important. They may ask this year, or I think last year, from last 3 and 4 years, it has not been asked. So it is important from the policy, fiscal and monetary policy perspective. So next topic is inflation and unemployment. Very theoretical question will be asked. What type of the inflation is there, and then what is the relation between the GDP and unemployment? Like we can take a Philip Ka, and yeah, now what will the effect? Uh, Only theoretical question will be asked from this. They will not ask any type of numerical. Last year, I think, yeah, in 2021, one question which was based little bit on data was asked. I think it was a relation between the GDP and unemployment. Yeah, it is. Yeah. I can remember. It is based on the Occam's law. In the in this case, Ocon's law and Philip Kerr, most important to get the relationship between inflation and employment, GDP and unemployment. Theoretical question will be asked, so it is important to get on tip it. Now, growth model. In all these growth model, Harrod-Domer model and Soro model is most important model. Because every year I think two question has been every year two question asked. One I think in objective type or SAT type question asked from this growth model. Solo model is the most important model in this case. And then it will be good if you get the overview of this new classical model like AK model, Romer model, and Jupiter model. If you guys taken the development economics, you has been go through uh, these models like AK model, Romer model. But apart from this, in new classical economics, Jupiter model is the most important model because it is based on the innovation. Yeah. Now we should talk about mathematics for economics. The guys who has a background in economics, means they did in 12th class. uh, it is really helpful for them, and guys who opted mathematical economics in fifth semester, it is also help them. But mathematical level which they ask in JAM, I think it is more than which is studied at AM in fifth semester. So if we need talk about the economic mathematics, where should we have to focus to optimize our score? So every year one question, uh, if you go through like convex set, concavity set, or quasi concavity function, it is really little bit tricky to get it in the first attempt. But one question has been every year one marks question asked from the this concave set, concavity, and quasi concavity function, and convexity and convexity. In the next sequence series, convergence and divergence, and the quasi series is the most important in this convergence. And algebraic properties like they will not ask about the complex number. At that time we should focus on the limited things which are for the probability of these things is more than other things. If you only focus about like get knowledge about the properties of different type of the functions, uh, function of the several variable, they will ask about the domain and the range. And apart on in this I think convexate concavity, uh, quasi concavity, it is the most important, and sequence and series and convergence. If you go through, it will be good if you can guys able to do this thing. I think it is there is not much time to go through these properties because it's on advanced mathematics. So in differential calculus, limit, continuity and differentiability, it is most important in this sector. But the level of limit, continuity, differentiability will be higher than which we studied in 12th class and graduation level. If you guys taken mathematics as your minor, so you guys will be able to tackle with these problems. But Taylor's Lee's partial differentiation and gradient, these are not much tough topic. You can google, or you can search topics on YouTube. If you go through these, definitely you will get 2 and 3 marks. You guys will be able to do SAT type, NAT type question, which is 2 marks question. Now homogeneous function, homothetic function, to know the characteristics of the homogeneous function or homothetic function. They ask about the more generally homothetic function. Some function will be given to you. They will ask you which function is the homothetic function. Integral calculus, one integration question will be asked. I think it is generally they ask integration by part method, but it is not much easy to do. If I say in 2022, they asked a little bit. It was very tricky and lengthy question. So to maximize our score, we have to focus on the things which we have already gone to go through. So in differential equation and difference equation, differential equation is easy, but there will we face in some problem in the difference equation, because the order statistics is not that much easy to tackle 2 and 3 days. So if will be, it will be good if you go through first the difference equation. After that, if you get some time, then come on the difference equation. And then, as I see in PYQ, they asked not much tough, but on the medium type question, intermediate type question in from the difference equation. So yeah, in linear algebra, it is most important topic in all over the mathematics. Even if you guys do your MSc, you will find the highest weightage for this topic, linear algebra. So a system of the equation is the most important to know the determinant, rank, dependence and independence, or eigenvector, eigenvalues of a square matrix is most important. And they ask about the properties of the eigenvalue as a eigenvector, how to calculate the eigenvalues for a square matrix. uh, yeah, apart from that, they are also ask about the definiteness and semi-definite for a quadratic form. Quadratic forms, I think then in fifth semester in MU, I think we did not cover this type of question like definiteness and semi-definite. But it is some lectures I are available. I guys, I will want to recommend you one channel. I think this channel is from Harish Garg. Harish Garg, it is available on YouTube. I think he covered very well. He covered linear algebra very well. Yeah. After that, then we have to go for the optimization. Mostly questions we do in microeconomics regarding the Lagrangian multiplier. They ask this type of question like local and global maxima, geometric and calculus based type questions. uh, Multivariate optimization, but is a little bit tricky than which we do in microeconomics. But we are able to do with the Lagrangian function with the spending some time facing some problems. I think Guys, I will recommend you a book in last, from which book we should cover these topics. And in this optimization, linear programming is the most important. And you know to solving the linear dual and then the primal type questions with the simplex method. And duality, yeah, definitely duality is the most important here, where we ask some where they ask about the dual and the primal questions. Yeah, in optimization, I think it is most important is simplex method, where some data will be given. On the basis of this, you have to find the constant and the optimization function.
चला
Yeah. Uh, pro- now
Tarim bhai,
the
शायद
बैठी
Tarim bhai, your mic is on.
एक मिनट एक मिनट
Tarim bhai,
kindly
Sorry,
mute your
uh,
voice. Okay.
continue. Sorry, continue.
Okay. Then. Yeah. Now we should go for statics and for economics. I think guys who has taken the statistics as their minor will tackle it is very easily. But the guys who are doing only the statistics, basic statistics in first semester will face some difficulties. But I want to tell you something. Where should we have to focus? Because I also from a background where I I took political science and geography as my minor subject, as a subsidiary subject. But uh, yeah, here we have to focus on most important the getting the different type of the distribution, different type of distribution, their properties, the their PDF and CDF. It is very basic in the probability theory. What is the variance of this function, what is the mean for this distribution, what and the joint getting the variance of jointly distribution random variables by using a double integration method. So and if you guys uh, tackle with another method of movement, some generally they ask one question for from the method of movements for a higher type of the variance. If you guys are from the non-statistical background, then again I want to recommend you the best source which is free of cost is available on the YouTube is the Harish Gar. He is from the Thapar Institute of Technology in Punjab. He prepared a complete playlist on the YouTube for this all these topics like probability theory and mathematical statistics. All these topics are covered. But at the time, to optimize our score, where we should focus is to know the different type of the distribution, know their mean, know their variance, and how to get the covariance, different type of uh, what is the covariance and the correlation between the covariance and the correlation coefficient and covariance. Now and these type of question generally they not ask about the sample space and events. uh, so independent event is also important. So bias theorem in another probability theory is important. Yeah. Now mathematical statistics, this is most important in this is MLE, maximizes maximum likelihood procedure. They asked uh, about the the parameter for a particular function will be given to you, a particular distribution will be given to you. On the basis of this, you have to get the parameter of this function. In my case, if I say I think Poisson distribution was asked in 2023. uh, Yeah, you can do only this only if you have knowledge about the what is the PDF, what is the CDF for this function, for this distribution, like poison, what is the PDF for uh, exponential distribution, what is the PDF for the normal distribution, what is the PDF for Poisson distribution. So yeah, and most important is the sampling theory. Sampling theory, they ask about the population and then the sample. They ask about the estimator, and the why use the sample to estimate the population parameter. On some data will be given to you. On the basis of this information, you have to you will ask about the parameter, and there are different type of methods to know the parameter, like using the method of movement and the maximum likelihood function. So generally they ask about the maximum likelihood function. So in this case this is most important to know about the MLE. And in the sampling theory, these are confidence interval is very basic. And about the what is the p value, what is the f, and what is the value of the alpha, critical value of this. uh, and they ask about the critical value for a given data. And central limit theory. Central limit theorem is the most important here, because it's a central limit theorem is based on the convergence. If some large number of data set is given to you, then it will approach the normal distribution. So if you guys, I will recommend you book SC Gupta uh, for for this portion, statistics for economics. They have well defined about this maximum, like all these topics are covered. It is very lengthy, but if you got selectively read this topic, a lot of examples are given in this book. So yeah, in the hypothesis testing, what is the what is the null hypothesis, what is the alternative hypothesis, type 1 error, type 2 error, power of the test. In 2022, I think they asked about the power of the test, power of the test, and then in which case we have to reject the null hypothesis, in which case we have to accept the hypothesis. These are basic questions. Generally theoretical question will be asked from this topic, uh, from hypothesis testing. And in this case chi-square distribution is the important. Yeah, for in 2021, they ask about the comparison of the parameter. The two samples were given to you. On the basis of the given data, you have to analyze the parameter for the population, and some type of the comparison were asked.
फरहान कह रहा है वो जैकेट चाहिए
Now correlation and regression in OLS is the more some, if you, this topic is from the econometrics actually. So don't worry, it is not much stuff. It is very basic thing about knowing the other OLS. I think if you get know statistics, basic statistics,
पजामा ले
you know
लो
about the OLS. And get correlation and correlation type of the correlation. Multi correlation then generally not asked in IIT-JAM.
यहाँ तो बहुत महंगा मिलता है ना
Nature of the regression analysis, most important the CLRM assumption. Some means SITs. Some options will be given to you on the basis of this. Means the 2 and 3 assumptions will be from the CLRM assumptions, and one assumptions will be taken randomly. Then you were asked, okay, which assumption is not from a CLRM model. If you have knowledge about the assumptions of the CLRM, then you can eliminate it. And in this here, the properties on the or less is obviously important. The goodness of the fit, they ask about the art r r value on adjusted r square. I think for this book, for this you can refer the Gujarati. Gujarati is the most important book for this. It is very basic, written by Indian writer, so you guys will be able to understand. And variance and covariance estimata, it is important to here the guy they sometimes they relate it with the sample theory. uh, and they ask what is the sample, what is the difference between the population variance, what is the different sample variance, and some direct formulas. If you keep in mind some direct formulas from this book, you can you guys will tackle it. And yeah, finally, Indian economy. Indian economy's syllabus is not much directly defined. Actually, there is not a strong solid a strong solid source for this book, for this Indian economy. But I want to tell you some one book which is Oma Kapila. Uh, Another is India, the NCRT from 11th class. So where should we have to focus, because Oma Kapila is very lengthy book, and you said I think you have basic understanding of what change has been done after independence in the Indian economic sector, what kind of policies we have implemented. Yeah. First, we have to focus on the 5 year planning, and all the five-year plan. What were the key recommendations on which model they were based? It was successful, and it was successful or not? What then? If it is unsuccessful, what was the hindrance at that time? And challenges, policy model, and then the challenges. Yeah, then in 1991 LPG reform, they asked generally question from the liberalization perspective, or at the time most BOP that is another important, or I can say some data will be given to you on the basis of this. They may be relate with this with the Minder flamingo, because it is also based on the BOP, balance of the payment. It is from the international data. Make this kind of the correlation may be there. Yeah. And the basic things, what was the recommendations in 19 Narasimha Rao committee about the what was the what was the effect due to the LPG on the specific sector, and like reforming the financial sector, and setup of the SEBI, different type of rating agency was the setup. So this type of theoretical question, but if you guys have some basic understanding, and you can eliminate rest of the options. Now, banking, finance, and macroeconomics policies. In this, Narasimha Rao committee is the most important, and the key recommendation of the Narasimha Rao committee about the CRR and SLR. You know, they make link it with the macroeconomics, where some questions are based on the fiscal policy and monetary policy, and sometimes they relate to the monetary multiplier. And yeah, here inequality in social development. Here, if we should focus on the different type of committees in this inequality and the social development. you know we have to focus on the HDI. What are the factors in the HDI? And then PQLI, physical quality life index. What are the other factors? What kind of factors they include in this? And if I say in, I think in 2021, one question was asked based on the HDI. Some data was the given. In the On the basis of this data, you have to analyze. You have to find out the what is the HDI index for this country. Now, in poverty, they question theoretical. They asked a theoretical question based on the committee's recommendation, and what was the limit about the nutrition and different type of scheme started by the government. What was the recommendation in these? So theoretical question will be asked, but it is very uncertain to predict what type of question will be asked. So basic thing is that only focus on committees which are in this sector, like poverty different type of committees has been set up. And India's labor for participation, yeah, you can read it from 11th class NCRT. Now guys, I want to show you, recommend you some books for this, like microeconomics. I think whole variant cover all these topic which are mentioned in the JAM syllabus. And questionnaires, if you are good, then whole variant is enough. If you want to prepare for ISI level and want to some numerical practice, then Saturn will work. For macroeconomics, basic is MenQ. After that, you can jump up or down bus. And El Chalahuja is also good book, but it is very lengthy. Uh, so the I want to recommend on the MenQ to get basic knowledge about this classical, Keynesian, neoclassical. So yeah, the MenQ is the very good book to. I think it will be a good start. Yeah. For mathematical economics, SOM is a very basic book, but if you have not background in mathematics, so you can start from SOM. After that, you can go for Chan. Um, now for statistics, SC Gupta is the book, but it is a little bit mathematical. So you can start with the SP Gupta. SP Gupta is a very basic book. After SP Gupta, you can go for SC Gupta. In the SC Gupta, all syllabus which is mentioned in JAM is covered. For econometrics, only one chapter from the econometrics. You can go for Gujarati, which is a very basic book. You guys will be able to understand if you start it is from scratch. And Woolridge is also a very good book. It is um, foreign writer book, but if you are finding it easy, then you can go for Woolridge also. For Indian economy, Oma Kapila is the best source, and 11th class NCRT. Yeah, yeah. If you guys have any query regarding means the syllabus and where should you have focus, because every person it is very subjective. Every person have different type of strength. I think if I say I have strength in microeconomics, macroeconomics, it may vary person to person. So basic recommendation is that if you are feeling in strong, if you are feeling strong in mathematics, then put your focus on mathematics. Because mathematics, if you are able to do mathematics, then you guys will tackle the statistics. uh, no, realize your strength, only focus on this syllabus, only those subjects in which you are feeling strong. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Wonderful. It was. Yes, now, I wanted to, first of all, I wanted to thank you for this session, and I heard
Yeah.
you.
Now after that we can take a CUT session also. If you now you can ask basic questions.
Yes, I wanted to ask the basic questions to you. Now, I have recently heard that you have qualified JRF, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, yeah, I
So,
have qualified.
yes, sir. So, how was the experience? Can you share it with us?
Yeah, no, actually, no, no, when I was doing my internship in NITI Aayog, I started preparation for UGC JRF, but unfortunately it was the cancel. Then after that, in my third semester, it was yeah, in August. I did not give much time for you JRF, because I have strong, means I have knowledge, basic knowledge about macroeconomics, but the syllabus which is studied in IIT, different in the UGC net. it was little bit tedious for me to go through this, but my basic for knowledge work helped me. And paper one question like mathematics and GS type question were asked. So
Right, right.
yeah, I did not follow any strong source, but yeah, best if you have basic foundation, yeah, and some YouTube lectures also helped me. And in paper one, you can first download the syllabus and realize your strength. According to syllabus, put your time. In the factor in which you are feeling strong, give your most time, because there is a probability that you can get uh, 100 out of 100. You
Right,
know.
sir.
Um,
So, sir, I wanted to ask you that is it your first year of MSc or second year, sir?
yeah, it's my second year, means last semester left only.
So, right, sir. So, no, I wanted to ask you. Now, I am a person that doesn't know how to go into IITs. Now, I am very confused about which to choose. Uh, should I go with IIT JAM or should I go with GATE examination? Now, you can little
Yeah,
bit
now
explain.
okay. Now I'm going to answer this question. If you are giving the gate, then I think IIT Madras take directly from the gate. Yeah, but there is a procedure in IIT Kanpur. If you guys qualify the IIT JAM and IIT GATE, I mean sorry GATE, then you will shortlist for written examination conducted by the IIT Kanpur for MSc Economics. Yeah, yeah, after that, if you are go to if you qualified this exam, then you can get IIT.
Then there is an interview process, or then you can get it
No,
in
no,
direct.
for MSc there is no interview process, only they select on the basis of your marks and the return marks. Yeah.
Right, so right, sir. So now we have all heard that MSc in an IIT is very hard because of its mathematical domination. Now, would you comment
Yeah,
on
yeah.
that?
Yeah, I will definitely I will comment, because if you guys are coming from universities, central universities where there is no strong mathematical foundation, like if you talk about the AMU, as I did my bachelor's from AMU, where there is and my sub study is also geography and political science. So, but in the 12th class, I have good score in. I scored very well in mathematics. I have good understanding of mathematics, that's why I tackle it. But most of the syllabus in IIT Kanpur is mathematical. Students who are coming from non-mathematical background, definitely they will struggle. But it is not a big issue with the time, with the giving your time. You will get it. You will get strength in mathematics also.
Of course, sir. So now there's another question I wanted to ask you that for me, I'm not an mathematical person. Now, for 11th and 12th, I have been a humanities student. Now, if I want to go, if I want to go to an MSc in IIT, should it depend on my 11th, 12th math, whether I have
No,
the math or not?
no, it does not depend on your mathematics in your 11 12th class mathematics. I think I think you studied at least mathematics in your UG. Either it is mathematical economics or as a minor from the different department.
Right, sir. So now there are questions from the members that I have taken. And the first of all is very interesting. So it's, first one is interesting. Now he has said that what was the motivation for you to do an MSc in IIT Kanpur? Like there are many IITs after Kanpur. Now, why did you particularly choose the IIT Kanpur? What did you
Yeah,
like about it?
yeah. From my initial time, as I did my 12th in the PCM. So from my initial time, I thought about the UPSC preparation, but it was the COVID time, and our 2 year was spent in online mode, and it was third year when we started offline at AMU. So it was in the first time it was difficult for me to, because I am not coming from an economics background. So I put my time for learning the economics, to go through the basic from starting from the Pindic, after that the Harvarian and microeconomics. I found it very much interesting, and After that, I thought if I know about the IIT-JAM, so I thought it will be good if I go for masters. Because after masters you get lot of opportunities. You can appear for IES. First, after 12, I thought about the IES, but after when I was in fifth semester, I know about the IES. But there was the condition, eligibility for the IES is masters in economics. Yeah, it is a motivation for me. After bachelor's, I gave a CUET also, in which I got DSC and JNU. But then I chose IIT Kanpur because it has been all. It I found it a lot of fascinating for me because opportunity which they provide in IIT, uh, they are very lucrative actually, and the tag which you get at IIT is obviously different. But most and the I faculty in economics department is very well, definitely very well, and most of the professor are from the either from ISI, or either they did their PhD from foreign universities. Yeah. So
Right. Yes, continue, please.
yeah, also it is a stable department, very well set up department, because in the BSMS also the guys have come from JE Advance, so that's why I took it.
Now, sir, there is another question. Like, if I want to do MA,
Yeah.
in IITs, there is a new thing like you can do now MA also. So, sir, what would be more beneficial for a student generally? I'm talking
Uh,
generally.
uh, about the MA, could you be a little bit
MA, MSc, sir.
MA MSc? Okay. Yeah, yeah. I will say there is no difference in MA and MSc. Like in IIT, they call it as MSc. But if you go for DSC and IGIDR, they say it in MA. There is no difference. And then your qualification, either you did it in MA or MSc. Only there is a difference of the nomenclature, because there are syllabus at the DSC. I think is equivalent to which is syllabus we guys here at IIT. There is only difference of the nomenclature.
Right, sir, understood. Now, sir, there's another question that says that what was the biggest challenge that you have faced during your preparation of the examination?
Yeah, first was I'm not from mathematical background. I had the study subject was geography and political science. So tackle with the statistics and mathematics was the biggest hurdle, because we guys, if we doing preparation for economics entrance, then we can tackle with the macro and microeconomics. But syllabus, which we look at JAM, is completely different from the statistics and mathematics which you study. So tackle with the mathematics and the statistics was bigger hurdle. And I faced this issue because I did not take any coaching. Did not took any coaching. I prepared it to with the help of basic lectures which are available on YouTube. And yeah, I gave 3 or 4 months. After that, it was the result.
Right, sir. So now there's another thing. Like, I am a second year student. I
Yeah.
also fear statistics and mathematics the most. Now, what do you say to me that I should do as a basics to help my understanding of mathematics and statistics to get better for the future? What should I do,
Yeah,
sir?
I think for statistics, if you want to cover your basic, uh, for statistics, I will
No,
say
for
Harish,
statistics and both some for math too.
mathematics and statistics. Okay, I
Yes.
am commenting on statistics. If you are struggling in math statistics, then best sources start from SP Gupta, and after that you can jump up SC Gupta. And in this case, I want to recommend again the channel which is free of cost, a lecture which are free of cost available on YouTube by risk complete playlist on the basis of all the syllabus which are in CUET, IIT-JAM, even ISI has been covered.
Right, sir. So as you said, for statistics, SP Gupta, actually it's pretty easy. I have studied it.
And
And for
after that, you can jump up SC Gupta. SC Gupta little bit mathematical, but
FP Gupta,
yeah, yeah, SC Gupta. It is
yes,
bulky book, but if you have time, because he said you are in second year, so you have enough time to you can go through SC Gupta.
right, sir. So now there's another question I would like to ask you is, what was your daily routine while preparing for IIT JAM? Like how many
Yeah,
hours did you study and everything, sir?
yeah. Actually, I started it last of August in 2022 when our offline class was started. So my daily routine was started from attending the classes. After that classes, I think end up with 2:30 after taking lunch and namaz. So I usually give 5 and 6 hour up to per day because I realize the syllabus is different, which we are learning here in at AMU and which they asked in JM. So I gave my time for mostly for mathematics and statistics. It was time taken. Sometimes I feel low that मेरे से नहीं होगा, but yeah, so
Yes,
5 and 6 hour will work if you if you are giving 5 and 6 hour per day. Then, but the most important thing is the consistency. You cannot skip every 2 and 3 days. If you skip means you will forget most of the things in the statistics because if you are learning it the first time, then you will know okay what was the property of this type of distribution because uh, some type of properties like variance mean and PDF and CDF should be on your tips for JAM and CUT.
yes, sir. So now there is a joke around us, around the boys that we have from microeconomics we have to study Pindic. Now it's very interesting that you have not mentioned the Pindic and we have studied Pindic for the first semester for our microeconomics.
Yeah, well, no, because no, I did not mention Pendic because Pendic is a very basic book. I when you come in first semester, you start with it, but all these things which are given in Pendic are available in Hungarian. But in Pendic, lot of examples are given. Most are relevant to US economy,
Yes,
not relevant to Indian economy. But
yes,
it I think if you starting from Pendic, it will be good. But because due to less time, I think it will be good if you start from Harvarian because you have already covered the Pendic. Because if you are in third year, then you guys want to prepare for JAM, you will definitely in third year. So it will be good start from the
sure, sir.
Harvarian.
Now I ask the participants that if anyone wants to ask any question, he can raise his hand and then we can ask for him. Sorry, sir, they have sent me to my WhatsApp, I think, all the questions. So I'm sorry for that. Now, there is another question that says that what strategies did you use for the actual examination? Like you already said that I initially did those subjects that I was good in. I did that perfectly. And for those subjects that weren't so good to you, how did you manage them, sir?
Yeah, to in exam to maximize the score. So first of all, we have to go through the all the question, all type of the question which are given in the exam. 60 questions they ask. So find in which you are directly comfortable, click it, and then proceed. Go ahead means to know about other questions. Give three attempt to solve the complete exam. First, in which you are directly comfortable, which you are which you have done during the practice. These type of questions, uh, which are already in your memory, then solve it in first attempt. The second attempt, then questions in you are struggling between two options. Okay. Then if you have already eliminated two options and still you are struggling in between two options, then solve this type of questions. And in third attempt, if you have time, solve all these questions which are based on numerical type questions, and already in your mind the concept which they asked in paper. Give your time on these questions, and do not jump up on the question which is really new to you in the exam. It will deteriorate your performance. It will be time taken. Yeah. I will say in JAM there is only negative marking for objective type questions. If you are feeling comfortable, if you directly question clicking your mind, then solve only this type of question only though. Then if you are completely sure, if you are for sure, okay,
Right.
solve objective type question. Then if you are little bit confused with ICT and NAT, then you can solve SAT and NAT because there is no negative marking in NAT. And NAT, SAT sometimes there is confusion because MSQ, in MSQ, multiple selective questions are so sometimes it is very difficult uh, to select another question, but I think there is no negative marking for MSQ, so you can do solve these questions also. And NAT, if you are comfortable with the concept which they asked in paper.
Yes, it was good. Now, sir, there is a question that Mohan asked. He said, should we focus on getting a better college or should we focus on getting a better degree?
Yeah. Obviously, if you are getting a better college, it really prestigious for you, and a better degree will become from a better college.
Right.
If you are getting better college, if you are getting your degree from IIT, if you are getting your degree from ISI, they will consider better degree. There is no point. There is a better degree from an institute which is not better. If it is a better institute, then definitely his degree will be better.
Right. Now, sir, I was thinking that we should move on to our CUET PG.
Yeah, yeah. We should move on for CUET. Okay. Mm, yeah, guys, all the syllabus which is given to you is in less than, for microeconomics, if you say, is less than which we study, which is so in IIT JAM, and all these type of syllabus has been covered. But difference is that in COT most of questions are theoretical mode. Here you have to focus more on theory and numericals. If you have comfortable to solve the IIT PYQ, IIT JAM's PIQ, then you will tackle them easily if you set numerical type questions. And the syllabus and source, I think you can, for this record science is a good book for microeconomics, if I say, and Hallware is definitely good. If you have time, then you can go through both these books, because Code Sanis is more of theoretical book, and more theory is covered than Halvarian. In macroeconomics, all this all syllabus from IIT-JAM means all these things, but here questions will be more theoretical as compared to IIT-JAM, and the source will be same, and the strategy will be same. Where should we focus more? And like money and inflation, here it is the most important. And they uh, HL Ahuja is the best book to cover this topic. The bank demand and supply, money banking, and high money power. I think there is a money and banking. There is a different sector in the mid of the HL Huja, where they have covered all these type of theories and some questions and concept are cleared very well. Here, all these type ISLM model, Mundell Fleming. Here it is important. They ask very theoretical question based on these. And we have already said permanent hypothesis, relative hypothesis, life cycle hypothesis. They ask about the multiplier and the oscillator, but in IIT generally this type of question not asked about the oscillator and multiplier. For multiplier, they may be asked. Yeah, last year one in 2023, one question about the import multiplier was asked. But in CUT perspective, it is an important topic. And for macroeconomics, I will recommend HL and MENQ are enough for CUET. Uh, Statistical method in economics, for this we can refer definitely SP Gupta. And most of the things they ask very basic properties about the mean, mode, median, standard deviation, correlation, simple method, probability and distribution. Here we not need to jump up for SC Gupta. Simply cover these things from the then SP Gupta, which is very basic book, and a very basic thing has been asked for this. Mathematical method in economics, if you guys are comfortable with the sum will be enough. If we want to get good catch, then you can jump to AC charm. And because very basic mathematics has been asked in the mm, in IIT-JAM syllabus, mathematics very large syllabus actually, but only basic things has been asked. In the Indian economy, we can follow here. We can follow 11th class NCRT for the economy, Indian economy, and after that you can refer for Uma Kapila and all. This book is a very comprehensive book, but read it very selectively, topic wise, because in Indian economy, questions are asked very theoretical, but sometimes they are asked history type questions. And these questions are from the international public economics. I think Musgrave is a good book. Musgrave for public economics is good book. Generally, they ask only 4 or 5 questions from the public economics. They are only theoretical question. They may be asked from the uh, externalities like what public good, private good, positive externality, negative externality, what will the effect due to taxation. Uh, yeah, definitely I will say different type of deficits like primary deficits, revenue deficits, expenditure deficits. I mean, this type of question will be asked, and you know in taxation, and what will be the effect to increase the taxation, their weight loss and distortion. Here it is important to know some microeconomics concept, where will our demand curve will be saved and due to subsidy, and where will supply curve will means saved due to taxes, and how much will be the dead weight loss due to this thing. Yeah, the only general question will be asked, and important is that you have to clarity of the concept. If you have clarity of the concept, you can tackle with this type of problem. It is in the international trade. I think the guys who opted international trade in fifth semester, it is very easy to tackle with this type of the all these theories like Adam Smith theory, Hector Rollins model. Only basic question will be asked. Go through Adam Smith theory, Ricardo theory, like what is the opportunity, Leon you know which theory was given, which by which an economist like Hector Oren model is very well known in international trade, or some a lot of new trade theory are there, but you can google them easily, and not necessary to follow a heavy and bulky book for this. If you guys taken math international trade in your fifth semester, then it will be easy for you to tackle with this. Yeah, I want to say means the syllabus in CUET is very theoretical as compared to the IIT-JAM. Here we have to focus on the concept clarity and more and more theories. I want to say, not on numerical and quantitative skills which are required for IIT-JAM. Yeah.
Right, sir. So now I wanted to ask you that when should a student start preparing for IIT JAM or CET? Is that in third year or in his fourth year? What do you feel, sir? What do you think?
Means if you guys are I think if you are doing fourth year degree, if you want to your masters of your from different type of institute, then you can take your degree in third after 3 year. Yeah, as a bachelor degree. Yeah, it is a good time to start it after completing your second year. Just completion of the second year, you can start for preparation of IIT-JAM and CUET, because most of the exam were conducted just after your fifth semester. You have only one semester where 5 or 6 months gap where you have to prepare for this exam. Or I want to say it will be better if you prepare earlier.
Right, sir.
Yeah,
Sure,
because
sir.
if you are
Right.
facing some difficulty, it will difficult to take a nice decision in a limited time, because you have to cover a lot of syllabus. Yeah.
Right, sir. So now I feel that the CVT PG, as you have said, it's pretty easy than cracking an IIT JAM or a GATE exam, isn't it, sir?
Yeah, syllabus as we seen here, as we see here, is pretty easy than jam and the get. But question is that, but the competition in CUET is more than jam and get. uh, if you guys are just qualifying the jam and then getting 30 and then 35 marks in the jam, then there is a lot of chance that you can get a degree. Means you can get a good institute like IITs and IIT Roorkee, IIT Delhi and Madras. But yeah, but the competition, if we say in CUT, is more because a lot of people are jumping from a different type of background in for masters in economics. So in this case, competition for in CUT is more than as compared to like JAM and GET.
Right, sir. So now I wanted to ask you another thing. For me, DSC holds a special place, and I want to go to DSC. Sir, for DSC, is it through CVT or IIT, whatever?
No, DSC is now from the CUT. At my time, also from the CUT. I want to say, if you guys are struggling to prepare for the IIT JAM, then you should focus for CUT, because CUT is getting giving you one best institute of India. I want to say, after ISI, one of the best institute, which is IGIDR, also from the CUET. Uh, and because it is funded the RBI, and the placement scenario from the IGDR is really good. Although it is not multi computation and mathematical as compared to IIT, it is easier than IIT, but still the image of IGDR is better than other institute. I want to say one thing at IIT Kanpur, MSc is our batch is a pioneer batch, much of first batch. So, but we are getting good placement from here. If we have good reputation, means reputation of the IIT count is very good. If you guys are coming in, means you will be third batch, so definitely you will get a lot of facilities, and at first time, as in our case, we are facing some difficulties. Means we have to call some companies regarding the placement, and there is no one to guide us how to as a senior. Because the guys who are in MS, they are from JE Advance, and did their BS from here. So it is completely different. There is a lot of difference between us and them. So yeah.
Right, sir. So now this will be my last question to you. What's your experience in IIT Kanpur overall with the last 1.5 years that you have spent in IIT? How was it, sir?
Obviously, IIT is a very awesome place, and lot of opportunity will you guys get here. And the best thing is here is the mess food. The quality of food at here is really very nice. And the second most thing is, I want to say that the facilities which they are providing regarding the sports activity and other activity, other curricular activity. And the faculty is very interesting here. They are very, you can easily interact with them. They are very means humble to guiding. You want to go for higher studies, you want to go for corporate sector. Yeah, that's why overall IIT is the best. You get lot of opportunities to interaction with the people who are good ranker in IIT JE Advance. One important factor which I am enjoying at IIT is that you like in a in certain universities, if you are from MSc, then you will study with MSc guys only. But here at IIT, you can opt subject from the different department. Like if you are studying game theory, then a student from the computer science department can opt as a subsidiary subject here. Means we will study with the BTech student which are doing their degree in um, which they are doing their BTech in computer science, mechanical engineering. They will be our class fellow. So there is lot of diversity in class.
Really exciting, sir. After
Yeah.
talking to you, it's really exciting to know these things about IIT. Now, I would really like to ask the participants if anyone wants to ask a question, he can raise his hand or he can send a message in the group.
Bhai, can you please share all these PDFs with us?
Yeah, definitely I will share. Means I think I will share it, definitely.
जी भाई, okay,
Okay.
Now, I would like to ask Kulsum to come forward and give us the thank you session.
Iman has a question, I guess.
Yeah, oh, sorry, sorry.
Uh-huh.
Iman, please.
Okay, so I wanted to ask if a person were sure he or she is pursuing their bachelor's course from, should they stay there for the fourth year course in order to improve the GPA and overall grades for abroad, or should they leave this place and go for the third year degree and pursue masters from here only, or what should be the
Yeah, I think if you want to
ideal plan for this?
yeah, if you want to apply abroad, I think this kind of opportunity you will get definitely here at IIT. uh, because after bachelor's, then you will I think for after completion your bachelor's, 4 year bachelor's, you will apply 1 year MS. I think I don't know about the what is the
I think I
about the abroad.
foreign universities, there are some universities that take 1 year, and there are some universities that take the whole 2 year masters, even if you have done the 4 year program in foreign universities, sir.
I don't know. According to the UGC regulations, it is given that if you did your 4 year bachelor's, then you can do 1 year masters. Yeah, it will be good after completion your third year bachelor's degree from a institute. You are applying for higher institute like DSC, IITs, and IGIDR. It will be good. It then will improve your means academics. Means
Sir, excuse me. I feel that she wanted to ask you that will it be good to go for the 4-year program if she wants to pursue her education abroad? That will be a good question, I
I
think.
think I'm not much aware about the abroad. Uh, yeah, about India, I think it will be good if you first complete your third year bachelor's and apply for this competitive exam. Uh, if you are getting IIT, DSC, and IGIDR, a lot of person for higher studies are planning to go for US, Germany, because this kind of opportunity you can get here to going abroad.
Yes, you're right. So, thank you again for enlightening us with your wise words. Now, I would like Kulsum to come forward with a vote of thanks.
Thank you, Faizan. I deem it a great pleasure to deliver the vote of thanks Bhai on behalf of the whole ASC. At first, I would like to thank Mr. Sajjad Khan Bhai for taking out time from his busy schedule and accepting our invitation. Your information and guidance was indeed insightful and valuable, Bhai. My heartfelt thanks to moderator Syed Faizan and the whole coordination team, and special thanks to Abu Huzaifa for coordinating the event so well. You guys were very organized and cordial. At last, I would like to thank my all teammates who make this session possible and also the attendees. We wish you all the best for your journey, sir. Thank you so much.
Okay, welcome you guys, all guys. You can feel free. Means to ask me any question. You can message me personally if you have any query regarding the entrance. Okay, thank you so much.
Wonderful. So at last, I would like, I know that you will be with us in the club. If we or if any participant have any question, any query regarding any IIT or JAM examination, he can contact Sajid Bhai. We will share his credentials.
Yeah, you can contact with me if I am unable to answer this question. Then I will connect with my senior. I think they will give a better answer than me.
Wonderful.
Okay,
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much again. Thank you, sir.
okay, welcome to all.